everyone, welcome to Unit 2. I'm Laura Vance, and this is done in part of Northwestern State University's Master's Program in Educational Technology and Leadership. Let's get started with our next topic, digital equity. What is digital equity? It's about making sure students have equal access to technology like devices, software, and the internet, regardless of their economic status or physical or learning challenges. Let's start with the digital divide. What is the digital divide? It's the gap between demographics in regions that have access to modern information and communications technology and those that don't or have restricted access. The middle and upper class and educated are still more likely than others to have good access to technology. For children in low-income school districts, inadequate access to technology can hinder them from learning the tech skills that are crucial to success in today's economy. Let's look at the digital divide in numbers. According to the 2012 Pew Report, Digital Differences, only 62% of people in households making less than $30,000 a year use the internet, while in those making $50,000 to $75,000, that percentage jumped to 90%. There are still gaps in high-speed internet access. Only 49% of African Americans and 51% of Hispanics have high-speed internet access at home as compared to 66% of Caucasians. Internet speed has important effects on media access, especially when it comes to streaming video, so this gap is significant. 56% of teachers in low-income schools say that their students' inadequate access to technology is a major challenge for using technology as a teaching aid. What can we do to conquer the divide? When selecting instructional materials, teachers can make sure all materials can be printed or downloaded to and stored on devices so that students can access the material when not connected to the internet. We shouldn't let lack of internet access affect a student's grades. Schools can work to inform students and families about available resources. Students and their families may not be aware that many community organizations offer free internet access, like public libraries. Finally, teachers can also help students and families obtain home connectivity. Some nonprofit organizations are working with telecommunications providers to make internet connectivity affordable for families who qualify for free and reduced price school lunch programs. Next, let's talk about assistive and adaptive technology. There are legislation and regulations for assistive technology. The first law governing the provisioning of assistive technology devices to children in schools was the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, also known as IDEA. This law requires that children who have individualized education programs, or IEPs, be given accommodations by their school. This often requires some type of assistive device. Let's go over some different types of assistive or adaptive technologies. The first we're going to look at is an electronic dictionary. These are great for English as a second language students and can be found in several forms, including software installed on tablets or desktop computers, mobile apps, web applications, and as a built-in function of e-readers. All iPads on our campus have a built-in electronic dictionary for our ESL students to use. Screen magnifier. This can be software that works on a computer to present enlarged screen content or a physical magnifier, like the one seen to the right. By enlarging part or all of a screen, people with visual impairments can see words and images better. All Chromebooks used by our 3rd through 5th graders have screen magnifiers available as part of the accessibility tools. Adaptive keyboards. These keyboards can come in different shapes, sizes, or colors to make typing and inputting easier for people with physical or visual disabilities. Screen recognition. This is a machine or program that can be used to identify words and phrases in spoken language and convert them into written text. These programs are useful for students with physical or visual disabilities. Text to speech. These programs, like Kurzweil 3000, which has been purchased by the district, are able to read the text on a screen with a fluent pace for students with visual or learning disabilities. If you have a Tier 2 or Tier 3 student in your class who qualifies for Read Aloud, let me know and I can get Kurzweil installed on their Chromebook. Screen contrast. For students with visual disabilities, adjusting the screen contrast on a device may allow for easier reading and less strain on the eyes. This is another accessibility tool available on the Chromebooks in our 3rd through 5th grade classrooms. Here's what's next. Please explore the websites for good online resources about digital equity and what we can do in the classroom to close the divide. Then complete the discussion board topic for Unit 2. You will play an online version of the game, and then. You will pick one assistive or adaptive tool and discuss how you can use it with one group of students. Then someone will respond with another way they can use that tool with another group of students. Make sure to start a thread for one use of a tool and respond to someone else's with another use for that tool. Then take the quiz for Unit 2, Digital Equity. Thank you.